brought my biggest fan along. So he's going to kick it here with us. Okay, so what's this about? So basically I'm going to give you a little yarn about how my graff, how I got into graffiti, and shift into how rotaholikz became about. Because I can't travel, this is the expense for where we live. I'm going to do it this way. It's going to be pretty shoddy, but it's the best way I think I can do it. So let's take it back to 1990. So I would have been 13 years old, and I had originally lived in a place called Oranga in the Penrose district, Oranga suburbs, and had moved to Otihanga. So we moved there. I was on the corner of so I'll just probably chuck a little snippet of where I first originally moved to. So originally was living in Oranga. Just said that. So this is my house. So they moved from there, then we moved to Otihanga, and from there, that's where it all started spawning into the graffiti. Mainly I was a tagger then. So in Otihanga, around about 1990, 91, I was 13, and met this dude called Sinjin. Yeah, he's a white dude. He's not Indian. Of a name like it's spelled like St. John. Now this dude, he ended up influencing me into more hip hop and all genres of music and that, because he was just the man of like just listening to everything. So I think I first listened to the first Nas album with this dude, you know, when it first dropped. But anyway, so I met this dude, and at first I fucking hated him. He used to ride past my house because I lived on Arthur and Galway Street, right across the mall, road from the shopping mall. He used to ride past my house and bob his head over our fence, and we used to be there with like, all my boys and that from school. So at this stage I've started college, so I was at Penrose High School, and yeah, so we're always blued out and shit, so yeah. So yeah, this dude, fuck, I used to want to fucking smash him and stuff like that, you know. Always used to throw stuff at his head and shit. We'd ride past, and yeah. Anyway, this other dude that we knew in Otihanga, I was kind of friends with him, not really. He was a bit of a fucking weirdo, really, but went to a birthday party and he happened to be there, and I was like, oh yeah, he's this mother, you know. Steps this dude. Ended up finding out we're pretty much again same person. And actually clicked on him, and yeah, we ended up dissing this other dude, and yeah, like fuck, I won't even talk about this dude's birthday party, but let's just say Red Hot Chili Peppers album just dropped, Blood Sweet Sugar Magic, and this dude played that album all fucking night, like we were asleep, and it was on tape. So you know, tapes could, if you had a flash enough fucking tape player, you could reverse and keep playing all night long, man, all fucking night long. I think I woke up like 5 in the morning. I was like, mother, fuck this dude, turn your shit off. Like we turned it off, and he got a little bit anti, and then I ended up pulling the tape out and beneath fry. He tossed the fuck off. So yeah, skip ahead a bit. Me and that dude Sinjin, we ended up we've been good bros, and he used to do the paper run in Otihanga, and I ended up hooking up with him and doing that stuff through him. So anyway, he was tagging, and then I got into it, and my first hit was Reckless, and man, it was just too big to fucking be hitting up, like, you know, it was just way too big. But I was hitting up everywhere, it was kind of dumb. Then I moved to being Gons. Oh no, sorry, I moved to being Casper, and the bro was Gons. And he had this fucking sick style, like it was just G and it was like this with a Z and then a little slash for the O. And so yeah, Gons from Blind skateboarding. Then I changed to Casper, the friendly fucking ghost, and me and him just we ripped Otahanga apart, man. So at the time, there were a lot of street gangs, mainly from Otahanga High School and some other schools in there. But so yeah, you had like the CCBs, the TCGs, HOCs. Yeah, so it just, there was a lot around. Cool thing was that, because I used to get off in town, Otahanga is a very high Samoan established area, or was at the time, I don't know what it's like now. But, and because Otahanga, the bus station, was the hub for every other schools, and people come from Mangere, South, and other schools, always, that was the hub. But I used to get mad respect. Everyone was sweet with me because I went to Penrose High School, because my colours, even though everyone else was like, their colours were green and stuff like that. So I never got any beef from anyone, but no one knew who I was hitting up. and at that time there was a dude called, I think it was Smack. It might have been Smack. And he was bombing, and he was just going like insane. He was everywhere, man. But I wasn't bombing then. So yeah, we got to like, fuck is that, kiddo? So we was like, whatever. So that stage, Smack was king. He was king of bombing. He was everywhere. But yeah, we were just still tagging, but we destroyed Otahanga, man. Like we, because we did the paper run, we're up at like, the other bros up at like fucking 5 in the morning, and we just hit everywhere, and no one had a clue who it was. But yeah, it got really insane. Then, because we were, also because we were into skateboarding and stuff like that, we started like moving into the city and stuff. And funny enough, we didn't really hit up that much, but yeah, so a couple of we did that for like a while, so maybe like a year or so. So then we started taking over, well, not taking over, but we had our clique of boys that we always skate at ATS Square. So fucking every Saturday you're guaranteed to see us there at skating and that. And I think, it dragged on for a few more years, so maybe around about 93, 94. So now I'm about 16, 17. We then started getting into like bombing and hitting up and stuff. So I can't remember what I used to hit up at that stage, but I was just doing random hits, Anyway, it would have been around, 90, more closer to 95. The group of people that we bonded with, so we had a skate crew, and we were all influenced by the same thing. So it was hip hop music, fucking graphing. St. John had by then was, so by this stage, St. John had kind of like, he went off doing his own thing, and now I was with like some boys like from my high school, and we started connecting with other dudes, and stuff. So yeah, so we're still skating. And also at this stage, I think I had moved out to South Auckland to Takanini, and so I was catching the train in. So everywhere was just like, because you could see all the places you want to hit up. Then yeah, around that time, that's when we all started like getting pretty serious into what we were doing. So yeah, we had bros from Mount Albert, fucking Ponsonby, Oringa, fucking Otara. So we had a little clique of people that were from everywhere, and I was out from down south by then, and all combined together. So that's when we started getting our proper names, you know, hit ups and shit. Then the bro I started hanging out with quite a lot. Arama, I think that was his name, Ark, that was his hit. He was from out south, so me and him he started becoming my more right hand man, and I was his, you know. Anyway, one of the bros, it was him, he was like, fuck, we need to start up a crew so we go graphing, and that. I was like, we were like, yeah, fuck yeah. So we became ITM, the all toy makers. Something fucking random, you know. So then we started getting real serious, so we started heading up around everywhere around Auckland City, started fucking bombing, graphing, full pieces and stuff, getting pretty, you know, hard out. Then I don't think we were ITing for long. We then became Coupe. He kind of became like, we were like Voltron, and he became like the head of Voltron, and like he was kind of the dude who put us on our place. Good cunt. He was like, nah man, we're gonna change up our names, we're gonna become DMN. I was like, yeah, what the fuck, yeah, what's that? Dude of McNasty. So yeah, that shit, like straight away we was like, fuck, yo, yeah, that's us, all 100% real. That is us. So then yeah, so we had Coupe, Ark, Mice, Chris K. I think it was Chris K. I always get his wrong. Myself, I was Dope One, and it was funny because it wasn't actually Dope One. There was a dude at the time called Gideon, so it was Gideone, you know. And I was like, oh fuck, that just coming off your mouth is just like, fuck, that's sick. So mine was actually meant to be Dupion. I was setting it up for, you know, it's funny because I was setting it up for ages. Then the bro was just like, yo, that's a dope one, bro. Like, yo, that's dope. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, it was Dope One. So they all thought I was hitting up Dope One, but in my mind it was like Dupion. So yeah, it became Dope One. So, and then we had Elmo, and the bro from Otara was Sub. And so yeah, we all just started feeding off each other. So yeah, then we just went fucking ballistic. We were just fucking trains, fucking everywhere. I got my first car, Honda Accord 83, and then we were all just piling up in that fucking thing. The bro had his car, traveling around everywhere, just hitting up everywhere. Then in this transition of that stage, this is still 95, like 94, 95. Then we moved from South Auckland out to North Shore, so to Beach Haven. So yeah, it's my house. It's still the same. So yeah, to Taurus Crescent, and yeah, at this stage, I'm probably like, yeah, so we're still young, smashing up everywhere, and then started meeting other crews and that. So let's do Dion, because I ended up having to leave Penrose High School and go to Northcote College. So yeah, when I was at Northcote College, I just stuck to myself because there was like this group of skaters there that didn't like me. Some shit happened in the city. One of the bros basically stood them all over, all of them over. And yeah, never got caught in that. But yeah, I ended up at the school that they were at, and they were just like, yeah, fuck that dude. Like, yeah, so I ended up just chilling on my own. And in class, the school system there was whack. It's probably whack now, but it was like, fuck, like they're talking to you like you were like in fucking primary school, and you were like special needs or something. It was just fucking, yeah. So anyway, I just spent most of my time just graphing, bombing up, getting really hits ready and stuff like that. Now there was another group of dudes that we were hanging out with as well. Daniel Winnerley and fuck, I forgot what the fucking dude's name was. Last name was York though, so they were from teams. So they started like picking me up during the day and just we were fucking off going skating and shit. So I was doing DMing on the weekend and then doing these fellas, but like transitioning in and out. It's hard to fucking describe what was happening because it was just so fucking hectic at the time. So yeah, so all that started happening. Then I think because I was still in Beach Haven, I then sold my Honda Accord and went and bought a fucking Series 1 RX-7. So the quick story about that is that I was actually meant to buy a Vauxhall Ventura, left-hand drive, 350 Chev in it. It was fucking checked at the back. It was like fucking sick. It was like a little mini fucking Impala to me. $50 a month payments, but I turned up and it just sold that morning. So the only thing that was left is more Honda Cities. No, sorry, I sold my Honda Accord. There were Honda Cities left there and RX-7s. So I ended up purchasing a Series 1 RX-7. Yeah, it wasn't like something I was like, yeah, fuck yeah. It was like, it was the fuck, I'm here to buy a car. I'm not going back to fucking a crappy Honda. And then again, my Honda was fucking sick. It thing used to eat rotors. So at this stage then, had my rotor, me and DMN, we're still doing mad missions, doing fucking out of it things, and then we kind of started like separating. I started hanging out with the crew from teams a lot more. Me and Ark were still hanging out together. Some fucking crazy stories with that dude. But yeah, so then with the boys from teams, because they lived in Devonport next to the Navy base, when they see me fucking pull up in my Civ, they're like, fuck yeah, Rotan Clan. I was like, yo, what the fuck? You're like, yo, you should be fucking hit out Rotan Clan. So in between, yeah, so with this RX-7, so then I started hitting up Rotan Clan. So I hit it up before Mad Mike, okay guys? So yeah, used to just go buy vinyl and stuff, and from sign shops, and then I used to freehand cut out all my things. So I have a big Rotan Clan thing on it. Now, the thing is though, I used to drive from Beach Haven to GI to Manukau City because I was working as a cleaner with this dude, like family friend dude. So I used to drive all through those areas. Now, remember, Mikey used to live in the area between GI and Mount Wellington region, so I used to drive through there quite a bit. Okay, so anyway, so I was ripping that for a while, and then yeah, I had other stuff on the back like grave diggers, and yeah, we're trying to these fucking names. But anyway, the clan thing, I stopped ripping it because it was only me, and I was like, what the fuck is the point? Like, a clan is a group of people. I'm the only one with a rotor, and I'm not a clan, so I pulled it off. And yeah, a few months later, I had my car accident on North Shore on the main road off the Harbour Bridge. So turn off the Harbour Bridge and drive up towards Birkenhead. There's a crease up on the hill.
Legs falling.
So yeah, there's a crease on the hill, and I used to do heaps of missions like real late at night and stuff. And what happened is I actually fell asleep and took out this pole that's right on the side there. Anyway, I remember my accident. It was like fucking 5 in the morning. I remember just passing a cop earlier on, like trying to stay awake, and this dude locking up his brakes going past him. It was a fucking Tirana, and he jumped out. And I remember him going past. I remember him going past, and me was like, "Oh, what the fuck?" Like waking up, all my face was wet, and my arm and shit. And I hopped out the car, and then I remember him. Such a monster. Yeah. I remember him running up to me and saying, "Dude, the Sev is dead, man. Like it's gone." And I was like, "Oh, what the fuck?" And looked at it from the driver's side. So it's starting to rain. I'm telling the story because it was actually starting to rain at that time. So it's spooky. And it looked fine. I was like, "Fuck, what's the problem?" But then when I walked around the front of it, I was like, noticed that the bonnet was missing. And when I went around to the passenger side,
We have to go now.
oh,
My cell phone now.
I know. God, kids are choice. Anyway, I walked around to the passenger side, and this lady came out of her house like, "Oh my god, yeah," and just remember seeing the car, and the whole left-hand side was missing all the way up the pole, right through the left, right through it, all the way back to the pillar of my Sev, and I could see the engine, the coils were like out, like all the coils were sprung out over the roof and shit, and the seat was like this. And because it was like the seats were tartan, I thought my bro, Arama, was in the car, and I thought I killed him. And I actually, probably the only time I fucking cried, because I was like, "What the fuck, I've killed my bro," like, "Oh." And the lady was like, "Oh my god," oh. And the dude was like, "Oh bro, what the fuck?" And I was like, "My bro's in there." Oh. And they checked the car and went, no, there's no one in there, dude, there's no one in there, dude. And I was like, holy fuck, I was like the relief, you know. So yeah, I ended up in hospital. I ended up with like some sort of concussion thing where I couldn't remember anything of my childhood memories from from a certain time all the way back. I couldn't remember anything. So it was pretty wild, and I had it for years, like for years and years. So all my arm was all slashed up from the console. It went right through my arm. Stitches over top my eye, and then through my eye, all got stitched up.
Is it on your chin?
Yeah, no, that was something else.
When you were a kid?
Yeah, that was when I was a kid. And
Get your tooth full out of your chin.
no, that's when I was skateboarding. Another story. And yeah, so they stitched me up and shit. I remember the cops coming in, and they put all that fucking anesthetic stuff in your head, and it ran all in my mouth. The cops come in, and she was like, you motherfucker. This chick hated me, man. Abusing me and that. And like, he's drunk, rah, rah. So they went and took blood tests with me without knowing and that, and I wasn't drunk. It was the fact that all the stuff went in my mouth and I couldn't talk properly. I was like, ugh.
Yeah, that's funny.
So at that stage then, no rotor, fuck. With skipping ahead, I ended up with a 2-door 33 wagon. I picked up for like $330 from out Glen Innisways. No. Fuck, I don't know where I actually bought that thing. I can't, no, actually, I remember swapping it out there. But anyway, so then me and Ark, the brothers, so I was starting to hang back out with DMN again.
Daddy, I want to go now.
Okay. And rampaging back to that. So yeah, so I started hanging back out with the boys again, and then just got back full steam with the graphing. I ended up getting a job at with this lady where I was then getting paid to start graphing and bombing, so that all fucking spiraled into that. Started going handy. Man, I was making like fucking $800,000 a day, and so this is around still in 95, tipping into 96 now, so yeah. Sorry if this video seems a little trivial because I'm trying to remember heaps of shit off the spot. So yeah. I started doing all that stuff. The boys from teams, we just all went our separate ways after a while again. So again, back with DMN, and then I transitioned a few cars now, and I think I was sponsored at the time street skater for a shop called Surf Dive and Ski. All of us were. But that didn't last long because I started drinking and ended up turning up to comps drunk, and all of us did, and just ended up being out of it, cunts, man, like fucking just way out of it. So a couple of us, Dan Buckley, who started Huffer Clothing, he was on our team. He was the bro. He was the only one they kept on. So yeah, we all lost our sponsorship for that. So moving ahead a bit. So yeah, I scored a 616 Series 4 looking one from a wrecker yard out West Auckland on the highway there, and then we used to plot around, had no plates on it. We used to go meet fucking cunts and they'd give us plates of old cars that had the back of their houses and stuff. Slept them on, at the museum one night I met these dudes from Gleninnis, GI, and they were buzzing out on us, man, like me and Ark and a couple of other boys, like because we were just fucking always just out the gate, fucking having a laugh and shit and everything. So started hanging out with them. Now I ended up swapping Series 1 RX-7 with them for my 616, and because of that connection then I started hanging out with them quite a bit. I started doing stuff with them. I'm not going to get deep into that because it got fucking wild, man, like it got real fucking crazy. And the DMN boys, they all went off and did their own thing. I was just too fucking hard out for them, I think, but they seen what I started getting into. And I'm going to be honest, I started doing a lot of drugs then. I started shooting up, doing all sorts of things. I started looking real fucked up, gorging, fucking, yeah, I've become a fucking animal because as I was hanging out with these dudes now from GI, I was also hanging out with these other fucking out of it cats. I was just fucking out of my life, man. So yeah, I got pretty, not addicted, just that was life. So I go see the boys GI, and I'll be fucking hiding that I was just fucking on another planet most of the time. But so the boys were the Vakis. So I had Desmond, Michael, Charles, the Vakis, and then there was Jim Bob. And then Jim Bob was fucking mad. Mike, Desmond, those cunts were awesome. Charles, he was a GC, man. Much respect. So, at the stage of my wagon, my two-door wagon, I ended up swapping it for a 99 Coupe RX4 Coupe. And because my wagon was piston, this dude had never seen a two-door one around, always wanted one, so he did a straight swap. So in that thing, oh no, I was still kind of hanging out with Ark too at the time. That's right, yeah. I was, because me and him were still doing out of it shit. So I started hitting up, and because I remember I was still graphing a little bit because of a situation that happened at Oriental Market one day, and I remember my floor being there. So I started, because I was just fucking addicted to everything, all the music I was listening to, I then thought of one day like, oh, rotaholikz, like I'm addicted to things, I'm now addicted to rotors, all these addictions and shit, and my bro was like, oh, that's you, G, that's fucking you, like I was like, yeah, so it was this rotaholikz with the C at the end. Now that was me, straight from the back. Now how it came up there also is because of Alcoholics, the hip hop group. So that was like the time I was listening to that, and Redman and all that sort of shit. So, okay, so that stage, so this is probably around 96 now, and then my cousins from Vegas popped up when I was living on the shore, and they were like buzzing on my 4 Coupe. I was like, fuck man, I really want an RX2. Now these dudes were connected with the mob and stuff in Vegas, and we're like, yo, I can get you an RX2. I don't give a fuck how you get it. I just want one, and as long as it's fucking like legit on my end, I'm down. They're like, bro, we'll get you one. We'll straight swap and keep the engine. Blah, blah, blah. Fuck yeah. So no one seen me for like 3 weeks. I shot off to Vegas and scored this too. Sedan. Anyway, pop back up, the bros like, where the fuck you been? Well, I'm here. Oh. And then I was like, yo, we should become the rotaholikz. You know, fucking use all the hot rotors, you know, Honda rotors, we're addicted. And I took them, they didn't want to do it. They're like, oh, no. It wasn't until they got an RX2 that they then were like, yeah, fuck, let's do it. The fucking thing was that their two was the same colour as my two, so every time fucking we were out, we always got bowled and arsehole right by the cops, man. Every time. There's a time we're up fucking Howick and we're in the fucking Shell station and the fuckers blocked the whole fucking place in. There was another time one night, fucking, we went to this mobile station, you know, we're working around at night, and loading our rotors in the stealth car, and what happened is that I was driving down Manukau Road heading towards Newmarket. I was driving 3 in the morning, fucking no one's around. I ran this red light because it was by Epsom Girls College, and there's a little sneaky street that comes out the road, and I ran it, and a fucking taxi came out, and I needed T-bone to come. He looked at me like, oh. He went to the gas station. Anyway, fucking 3 or 4 days later, we're all standing outside out in Upperani Ave. So this is the house here. This is not the building anymore. There used to be like block flats, old school flats. But this site, I'm showing you now. Yep, so that used to be the house. That's where we used to all be. We used to all stand outside and shit. Anyway, I remember that there was these cats having fucking KFC on the other side of the road, having a meal on the grass. Because look at the end, all the traffic had stopped. Fucking all the armed defenders squad and all that were like blocking the road off. Oh, what the fuck's going on there? And then my bro was like, yo, fuck, look at the backyard. And we walked up to the drive. You could see down the drive into the backyard, and there was a field in the background. Fuck, all these dudes all clouded up, fucking SWAT team. Next minute, boom, they all just came, get on the ground, bro. And we're like, yo, what the fuck's going on here? Well, apparently, the gas station we stopped that night where I needed T-bone that fucking taxi, he pulled into a gas station and that dude had just been fucking robbed. So some dudes went in there, got some gas, went in and threw petrol all over him. So if you're old school, you remember there was a whole lot of crime going around Auckland and, it's funny enough, down to Vegas. Cunts were throwing petrol on people and filling up gas in a container and going and pouring it over the dudes behind the counter. So they were like giving them all the stuff. So yeah, they tried to do us for that, and that was a rigmarole, man. Like fucking hell. But yeah, they found out it wasn't us. We spent all day fucking in this fucking police cells, getting interrogated. None of our shoe prints fitted. None of our descriptions fitted.
Can someone just do this?
Yep, ringwalk.
No, I cannot.
Well, you can try it. So yeah, it was motherfuck. It was intense. So.
This.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So there's kind of like one story of chaos that we got up to. So yeah. So then the bros finally caved in. Rotaholikz, and then it basically just snowballed from there. Now, because I was still doing stuff that the boys didn't know I was doing out of this circle. I would like disappear now and then and come back. Now one day I was at fucking the bro's house in GI, and I think it might have been Mike, Desmond or one of them. They turned up this little white fella. What the fuck is this? Fucking bleach blonde tips and shit and rah rah. And he was like, oh yo, what's up? And yo, who the fuck are you? Now, the thing is here is that when I created Rotaholikz with them, I said, look, the rules, like these rules, And they're like, what the fuck? I was like, yo, you need to do it like how we do in our graff crew. So like everyone's tight, you don't bring new members in, everyone knows who the fuck we are. Because if anything goes down, and if anyone fucking ends up happening, there's only so many people we can point the finger out and sort out with. Because at this stage, the bros and myself were all fucking hardcore. I'm not going to say the shit we were doing, but it was hardcore. Like, cunts even today, like, you know, like, what the fuck? Anyway, this little white dude with the bleach blonde tips ended up being Mad Mike. So yeah, I was hating on this dude, man. I was like, yo, what the fuck? Same scenario as Sinjin years ago. Who the fuck is this dude? Like, yo, So, ended up me and him again, fucking both solo parents, both were into, like, he was into his bikes and stuff like that, he did with skateboarding, I was into skateboarding, he liked kind of the graffiti, but we're both artists. So, yeah. So at this stage now, he's welcomed in, I was, but yeah, we kind of got along. But yeah, I was still fucking out of it, you know, and he was wild, but there was shit he didn't want to do. Well, I was just like, fucking, I don't give a fuck, everything out the bat, I'm like, ah! And he was like, oh, I don't want to do that, oh, I was like, yeah. But yeah, in the end, that's how he came in. It was after hanging out with him for a while, because he was with a sign shop, he started making our stuff. I would draw it up, he would cut it out, rah, sweet. But then I started not getting any shit. I was like, where's all my stuff? So yeah, so then I created HDS on that. So yeah, this is now 96, 97 between there. And then that started transitioning. We started still being sweet. We started then hanging out together more, me and him, than the bros. But I was still sneaking off doing my fucking crazy shit with this fucking wild bunch. I don't know, out of it, cunts. Not a punk, fucking just, I can't even describe what they were. But just. So, yeah. So then this transitioned. And then some stuff happened. I was actually wanted for something that I'd done with this other group of people. And I left Auckland. I gapped. So me, him, his other brothers from South, Richard Rajek, and fucking dude Upu, we all left the scene. I think by then I had bought an 808 wagon, and we all left Auckland. I left because I was fucking hiding from the cops because of the stuff, and they just came because I like, fuck this, and we went to the Mount. And then that whole scenario just, ended up being on the run down there for months on there. So back then they used to, like, if you get caught, they used to let you out and go, you got to deal with Auckland or where your warrants for. Now they arrest you and I ended up turning myself in, and funny enough, no evidence, no case, so it was sweet. I got thrown out. I said do some PD or something. But yeah, so that's how. This is a brief history of just everything that happened from Graff to there. It's brief. There's so much stuff in between this that I just can't fill in. I just can't remember it right now. But yeah, sorry, like it's 40 minutes of jargon, but I just thought I'd give you a taste of what it was like. The stuff we did was mental. So the shootings with the rotaholikz and BBKs, I was actually there the night before it happened, but wasn't involved. I know the story, it happened, and it is what it is. Fuck, it happened. But yeah, it kind of killed that whole movement, so I just died it down a bit. But yeah, it took some while. Like I was semi-repping it, but I just want everything to fucking be cool because it was nationwide. But yeah, so there's so much more I can get into. I'm not going to get into it. I tried to brief it out. There's a lot of bits I've missed out because I just can't figure them off my head. But that's it. I hope you like this fucking yarn for 40 minutes. It's a little bit bonkers, but yeah, that's how it is. And you can see how I brought graffiti into the fucking whole scene of things because it never actually existed before until I brought it in. So we brought it in from the graff to the rotaholikz stuff, me hitting them up stickers, tagging them in, and that's how it all created. Because before that, it never existed. It never was there. So yeah, now look today, everyone's got hit ups in their cars, hit ups here, and people doing that. That's where it started. But yeah, brief history. Hope you enjoyed it. Sorry it's probably boring for some, but it is what it is. So take care, be safe, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and we've got I'm doing some more painting and stuff is coming out. So take care, be safe, and